Hello guys, I am making a Smith driving video, Smith system defensive driving for the rain. Well, it's not raining right now, but the driving conditions are a little slicker than they would normally be. So in this video, I'm going to go through the 5 keys of defensive driving. So the first one is to aim high in steering. So as you can see, I'm trying to see at least 15 seconds ahead of me. I can't see 15 seconds ahead. There's a little bit of a curve. So of course you always want to slow down on curves, especially in the rain. If it were to actually be raining, I would reduce my speed by 25%. Right now it's actually not that slick. The weather conditions when it comes to rain are the slickest when it first starts raining. So I think it hasn't been raining for at least maybe an hour or so. But anyway, I'm going to slowly accelerate this. I have a fresh green light. I'm going to look to my left and my right and my left before I proceed. Now when you aim high in steering, you want to identify any potential hazards. So I'm paying attention to this construction sign talking about closures. I'm looking at this car to my right. I'm watching the cars passing me on my left. I'm maintaining a safe distance with the car in front of me, at least a 4 to 6 second following distance. I'm looking at my green light. I'm going to slow down because this is a stale green light. I didn't see it change. So it could change red at any moment. So I want to kind of stall my speed. I'm also looking at any pedestrians that could be on the right side, but I don't see any pedestrians. So that's the aim high steering. You want to look for any potential hazards, cars coming out, anything like that. The next one is to get the big picture. So I'm looking at everything around me. I'm looking at my mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds, my left mirror, my right mirror, my rear view mirror. I'm looking at this car that's driving on my right, even though it's in another completely different lane. I'm watching the cars coming up on my left side. I'm looking at the car behind me. So I'm scanning everything around me. And I'm also identifying my relevant and non-relevant objects. So in get the big picture, you want to identify objects that are relevant, meaning that they could cause a potential hazard or be something to watch out for. And you also want to identify items that are non-relevant. So like the houses all the way to the right are non-relevant. This bridge that I'm about to cross under is kind of non-relevant. But what's relevant is the poles that I'm passing, the cars in front of me that have their brake lights on, this car coming up on my left, or this truck coming up on my left, cars that are passing in this other right lane. So those are all relevant objects. Anything that could impede my driving and anything that I need to look out for. The next one is to keep your eyes moving, kind of similar to get the big picture, except with get the big picture, you're just looking at everything and piecing it together. But the next one is keep your eyes moving. So every 2 to 3 seconds, I'm looking at a different object. I'm not staring, I'm scanning. So I'm looking at everything. And I'm going to make sure that I don't stare in one spot. Like for instance, right now I'm about to make a right turn, so I'm coming to a complete stop because the light is red. I'm looking all the way to my right behind me to make sure that there aren't any pedestrians coming. I'm looking at the cars turning right here. I'm going to look again to make sure that there's not a pedestrian or bicyclist coming. I'm paying attention to this bike lane, so I'm going to make sure I get all the way over. Speed limit is 45. Looking at the poles, looking at this sign regarding the fire station. I'm noticing that I'm coming up on a railroad, so I need to slow down and make sure that I look left and right before I go. I'm looking at this car that just passed. So you want to pay attention to all of that. The next one is to leave yourself an out, which means to always leave enough space on your left, right side, and your front side. Again, I'm just going to slow down a little bit, make sure that I look left and right for any railroad. Now back to the next one, which is leave yourself an out. So I have a pretty good cushion right now. The cars that are coming are accelerating pretty fast, so I have a pretty good cushion. My speed limit has been reduced to 35, and I'm just letting the cars accelerate because they're going pretty fast. And yeah, that's actually the biggest key when it comes to this defensive driving. You want to leave yourself an out. So leave yourself enough of a space cushion. It's all about space cushion. It's all about keeping yourself away from the danger, keeping yourself away from the other cars, the pedestrians, the bicyclists, the motorcycles, the buses, the ambulances, like all of that, emergency vehicles. You just want to provide yourself a good space cushion. And as you can see, it's starting to rain just a little bit. So remember I said when it first starts raining, that's when the road conditions become the slickest. So you want to reduce your speed to about 25% of the posted speed limit. And I'm also going to put my windshield wipers on. I'm decelerating right now, making sure that I give my car enough room to stop safely. The last thing is to make sure that they see you, so you always want to be in constant communication with the other cars. So for instance, I'm going to make a right turn. So I'm going to put my signal light on. I'm going to look behind me by turning and making sure that I am safe to get over. I'm coming to a complete stop. I'm looking at this crosswalk, making sure no pedestrians are trying to cross. I'm looking at all of these cars turning. So there aren't any more cars turning, and the light just turned green, so now I can safely proceed. But I'm still going to look to my left and also to my right to make sure no pedestrians walked out. Speed limit is 35 miles per hour. Again, I'm going a little bit slower than that. And now when you do these, of course, you don't do them in any particular order. You're doing all of them all at the same time. So the 5 keys are aim, high, steering, get the big picture, keep your eyes moving, leave yourself an out, and make sure they see you. And a good way to remember that is to use the acronym All Good Kids Like Milk. And that way you can remember what each one stands for. Now, if you guys have any other questions or anything like that, feel free to let me know. I thank you guys for tuning in, and I will make some more videos in the future. But yeah, that is it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video.